All right. It's about that time of the episode where we get to the part where we let someone just usually go on a pretty decent sized rant. Used to be Max when he was here, but right now he's doing his thing. So we turn it over to Jerry in a little segment that right now we're calling Just Jerry, where Jerry just gives us his thoughts on something in sports. Jerry, what you got for us this episode?
All right, so this time we're going to talk about Tom Brady. No, I'm just kidding. We're not talking about Tom Brady. No, we're not doing that. I was informed that someone could not cuss me out, so there's a few things off the table. So I had to change tactics a few times. No, I never planned to talk about Brady or the guy that's now the quarterback of the Jets. I won't even say his name. That would probably get me crucified. What I am going to choose to talk about today is the U.S. men's national team and how big of a summer they have this summer. So in the World Cup last year, obviously the U.S., they made it to the round of 16. But they looked very bad due to having a very bad coach who they decided to bring back, which I'm not going to rant about him today because I could rant about him for a long time. But he's bad. He should not have been brought back. That is the general gist. But this summer, the U.S. men's national team and all their players have a very important transfer window because a lot of these guys are about to hit the age where they are going to skyrocket growth-wise, and they need to make moves that are going to help them in their career as well as help the U.S. men's national team. So guys like Christian Pulisic, he's already moved to AC Milan. That got finalized yesterday, I believe it was. Timothy Weah, he moved to Italy to go to Juventus, so he'll be playing against Pulisic twice a year. And then you have other guys such as Tyler Adams. He's on Leeds. They just got relegated. So he is going to most likely move to another Premier League team and probably get to a team that's in the bottom of the top 6 teams in the league or somewhere in the mid-table. That is very important to him because he looked like one of the best midfielders in the Premier League last year before he got hurt. At least one of the best defensive midfielders. And him getting a move to a club that is going to give him the resources to further grow and improve his status, because right now he's probably the 3rd best player on that team, the U.S. men's national team. He needs to keep growing in order for the U.S. to have success here in 3 years, whenever they bring the World Cup to North America. The same with a guy like Balogun Balogun. He just declared for the U.S. back in, I believe he officially made it in April. He had a huge season over in France last year. He's the first American to score 20-plus goals in one of the top 5 leagues in Europe. So he needs to make a move to a team in a top 5 league that's going to give him a chance to be the regular starter. I mean, some of the teams he's linked to off this article I've opened is Crystal Palace in the Premier League, Frankfurt and RB Leipzig in the German Bundesliga. You have Marseille and Monaco in the France League. I think it's pronounced Liga because they pronounce the letters weird over there. And then he's also linked to Inter Milan, who just played in the Champions League final a few months ago against Man City, and AC Milan, where Pulisic went. And I believe there's another U.S. men's national team guy over in Milan as well right now. Actually, it was Dest. He went back. But he needs to make a move to where he is going to get regular starting time so that way he can continue growing as a player. And then I had mentioned Pulisic a bit ago. He went to AC Milan. He finalized his deal. He made the correct move staying in Europe. Him coming to the MLS would have been the worst move for his career and for the U.S. men's national team. Anybody who says otherwise, they are wrong. I don't care what they have to say. It is wrong. He would not have brought any additional eyes to the U.S. team or the MLS. He would have just proven to European onlookers that he is not cut out to play European and that the Americans are not good enough to play over in Europe. So him staying over there and going to a team that has Champions League aspirations, fantastic move for the state of the U.S. Growth in soccer. And then I think probably the biggest move that needs to get done this summer is Matt Turner moving to a team to where he's going to get regular first team looks. Right now he's at Arsenal. He barely plays at Arsenal. He gets a occasional cup game, but I believe they're going to be in the Champions League next year, so he's not going to get those opportunities. They're going to let their first choice goalkeeper go out there. So he needs to move to a team that's going to play him every day, every game that they have as the first team goalkeeper. And he also needs to get European experience if he wants to be one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Yeah, that is what I had to say today.
From our FIFA films and whatnot, and I've actually been looking up more and more about soccer and whatnot. It's just it's a different game, but it's like it's different in a good way. Like, I love the relegation part of soccer where, hey, if you're not good enough, get out of here. We can get somebody else let's give somebody else a chance. You drop down for a few seasons or until you're good enough to come back. But yeah. Good stuff.
Keith, how do you feel about the game of soccer?
I watch it every 4 years.
I'm glad Keith didn't hang up actually.
I am too.
Every 4 years.
That was my biggest worry.
2 years ago, Keith would have hung up.
Yesterday, Keith would have hung up. But
Yesterday.
Earlier today, Keith would have hung up.
that is all true.
30 minutes ago, Keith would have hung up.
Probably. Honestly. Probably. But no, honestly, I probably could watch it once a year, if the World Cup were once a year instead of every 4 years, but I couldn't do a full season or anything. It's just not for me. But it's still a great sport for other people.
Let's put it like this. I've gotten to the point where I can't do a full season of the NBA anymore.
Oh, no, I only watch maybe 10 actual games a season, not including some playoffs.
Let's put it like this. Last year, before that trade deadline, I don't think I watched the game. I'm just gonna come out and be honest about it. I don't think I watched the game. I just knew it was gonna be rough. I was like, I don't know, but yeah. But I think I could do a season of soccer just because it's something different, and especially if the games are now like I always say, like I always tell our buddy Ricky, I am not getting up 4 o'clock in the morning and watch soccer. Sorry, no, ain't happening. I'm not getting up 4 o'clock in the morning watch no New Japan wrestling either. Not happening. Nope.
I almost did that this morning.
Jerry and Barbara got me to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning one time to watch an F1 race, and the only reason they got me then is because I already woke up anyway. I was like, you know what?
It was worth
I'm
it.
up. I was like, you know what? I'm already up. I'll watch it. Oh,
Which race was it?
It was a couple of
I
years
feel
ago.
like it was a while ago.
It had to have been Monaco.
It was right after we recorded an episode. It was
I
the
feel
next
like it was
morning. I woke up.
Monaco.
Well, Monaco airs here at 7 a.m.
This one was at 4 a.m.
That's true.
The only one that I think it could have potentially been was a delayed Australian.
Might have been.
Because that and Japan start at about midnight my time.
Yeah, true. If it was 4 a.m. your time, then that was 1 a.m. my time.
It might not have
Maybe
been
it's just Need
exact.
for Speed.
It might not have been exactly at Need for Speed. Might not have been exactly at 4 a.m., but it was close to 4 a.m. when I woke up. So we could be talking about 3:30. I'm discombobulated at that time.
Or it could be 5 a.m.
Could be 5 a.m.
Just kidding.
I don't know what time F1 races come on. Jerry just mentioned them to you, and y'all talk about it. Next thing I know, I'm
Every
awake
week
at
it's
that time.
different.
All I know is I'm usually awake at that time. And back a couple of years ago, it's like great. Well,
I mean, during the week, I'm awake at that time, not on the weekends. But that's because of work, obviously.
The dog was also not awake at that time.
no. Oh, you want to bet? There's this cat.
Man.
There's this cat that we got that just runs around in the house. Runs around the house, and all he has to hear is, "What's your problem?" You hear
The
that
cat.
cat again, don't you? You hear that cat again, don't you? No, you can't go outside with that cat. Cat tear you up. But yeah. All right, good stuff, guys.